Hello, welcome to the last edition of Last Ball Boxing, joined by Sean. How you going, Sean?
Yeah, very good, thanks, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, hot, bit bothered, but yeah, we're surviving, aren't we? We're surviving. So, topic on tonight's show is Harlem Eubank out again. I know we've covered this a few times, Sean, because technically he's your local fighter. But, I mean, the guy he's fighting, this David Papot, I've never heard of him. Lost last time out against Liam Parrow. Majority of fights have happened previously in France, which always alarms me. Are we going to learn anything new? Is this going to get him any closer to another big fight, like against Jack Cattrall? I'm losing interest a bit in Harlem Eubank shot, but Sean, if I'm honest. So, I mean, you might have a bit of convincing to do here, but talk to us. What do you reckon?
Yeah, he's someone I know quite well and spent a bit of time with him. But I agree, unfortunately. I think, firstly, I've said it before, I think he's at the wrong weight class. I don't think he's anywhere near 147. He's not big enough at all. I think he could even make lightweight, to be honest, 135 if it was a push. It's strange, really, because he doesn't even sell out here in Brighton, if I'm being brutally honest. So I don't know why they would sort of put him in the copper box, because I don't think that will sell much better than it would here. At least here, he gets a couple of the footballers there. He gets Fatboy Slim. He gets a few of the local celebrities. So I'm a bit perplexed by it all, to be honest.
I mean, on the back of the Catterall fight, where he did himself no harm, did he? It was a good performance from him. I thought his stock might have risen on the back of that fight. But it don't look the case, does it? Because he's not been able to get a big fight on the back of that. And this sounds a bit harsh, but I just feel like he's been in the wilderness for a little while now. Eubank Senior, is he still on the scene? He joined him in the corner and then seems to have disappeared again, which hasn't done his profile any good. It's almost bordering being a bit of a gimmick fighter and just using the surname wherever possible, right? And that's hard.
Yeah. No, it's not harsh at all, mate. And I think to a degree it is the case. I think the one thing he's got here, well, the advantage he's got here at Brighton is the football club are a big supporter of his. So, again, that makes me a bit disappointed that he's not fighting in the same city when, although it's the same size stadium, he could probably not sell out, but he could do a number of tickets. I don't understand it, to be honest, because obviously he was with Waterman, which is now MF Pro, same promotional company essentially. But yeah, they seem reluctant to push him. I mean, I get that he's probably above domestic level, you would argue.
Yeah.
But even if you had a good domestic name with him, as I say, I don't think he's a 147. But I think at lightweight or super lightweight, you would sell a good 4,000 or 5,000 here and have him in a decent fight.
Yeah, I mean, the strange thing is, right, Paul went to Crystal Palace. Bilham Smith went to Bournemouth. Bournemouth, was it?
Yeah.
And they're not massive household names. They haven't got a massive. Well, Paul definitely didn't have a massive profile at that stage. And you just had to show it Southampton. With all due respect, it didn't look great, did it, in terms of numbers? So why do you think there is a reluctance to push him in Brighton? Eubank, they've already set the seed, haven't they, in Brighton, the Eubanks, right? He's got the name, but he just needs the exposure. It's a strange scenario, isn't it?
The worst part is we've got two or three really big names coming here. So Adam McKenna, I'm sure you've heard of him. He's a Brighton lad. He fights out of Brighton. So being on.
Can you hear me?
Well,
can you hear me? Testing. 1, 2, 3, ABC. Yeah.
We can hear you. Just talking about Harlem Eubank. So sorry, Sean. Finish your point.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I was going to say in general, given they're all sort of on the DAZN platform now, they could put a really big card on here with, as I say, Adam McKenna. He's a local lad. They got another 2 or 3. Well, they could set out the Brighton Centre, which I think it holds about 7,000, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, in terms of those numbers, that's probably one of their biggest domestic shows that they would have on.
So, Chris, I was just saying to Sean, it's a strange one regarding Harlem Eubank. Why they're not backing him in Brighton when you got the likes of the Southampton show recently, right? Paul went to Crystal Palace. Bill Smith went to Bournemouth. So it's a strange one, isn't it, to land Harlem Eubank in the copper box?
I'll tell you why. Because he always stinks the place out every fight. Especially now he's gone up in opposition. He stinks the place out every time.
And then we talk about Eubank Senior, and is he in his corner? Is he not in his corner? It's done him no favours in terms of profile. It's starting to look a bit like a gimmick.
Yeah.
So, Harlem Eubank then, Chris, what do you think is... Obviously, he's fighting this David Papot, who none of us have ever heard of, let's be honest. So that's doing him no favours. So what would you do with him?
What would I do with him? Tell him to go to Misfits. He's terrible and he's boring. Like, he's just not very good. Like, he's too gun shy. He's not got any power. He's like okay at everything, but he never takes any risks. And he's just, all his fights are like, I'd say about 75% of his fights are feints, and then the rest are punches. Some land, some don't. That's especially now he's tried that Jack Catterall fight was terrible. It's just now he stepped up in opposition. He always thinks the place out. No one wants to watch him. It's only the name that gets some people there. And obviously, if they back him, yeah, Harlem Eubank, and everyone goes and it's shit. And then they look at all his fights on YouTube, his previous ones, they're all shit. It's not. It's too much of a gamble.
There's probably a reason why he's floated around terrestrial TV channels like he has, right? I mean, I think you've been a bit harsh on him with a Catterall fight. I thought he did all right in that fight. I think it was better and better. Obviously, Catterall's gone on since then. So I think he's a tough kid. I just think his career is just a bit of snake and ladders. 1 minute he's on a high, then it all goes wrong for him.
I think right. I think he might need a change of coach. Is he still with Adam Booth?
No, he's not been with him for 2 or 3 years. He's with he's assistant, Adam Booth's assistant. I forget his name.
That's even worse. Like, it needs like Adam Booth wasn't. I just think he needs someone. Do you know what would be a good coach for him? Freddie Roach, someone who is offensive. Yeah. He needs to start taking chances and gambles in his fights, because like his boxing, yeah, his fundamentals are okay, but he's got to start like rolling the dice, taking some risks to win, making a name for himself.
I'd put him with either Joe Gallagher or Rob McCracken. That's right.
He wouldn't go there because certainly where he's based. The biggest problem for Harlem is not the coach, it's the weight. He's not 147 pounds. I mean, I've been with him 3 or 4 occasions. He's about my height, so I'm 5'7", 5'8". He's never 147. I think he could even make lightweight if at a push. That's the biggest problem. If he was at lightweight, he would have power. He would have more entertaining fights. But the reason he's at 147 is because Conor Benn. That's the sole reason he's gone there, and I know that for a fact. So I think
that fight's further away than it ever has been, though, Sean, hasn't it? So
I know.
If he's pitching his 147 career on the back of one fight that might never happen, who's managing his career? Because that's a disaster.
Well,
his uncle.
Yeah. Precisely, it's not the biggest guess, I don't think, but yeah, that's the only reason why he's at 147. I mean, even at 140, he was small and he wasn't a puncher, so I think lightweight would be the ideal weight for him. I would put him in with a Joe I mean, I know he's got his problems, but with a Joe Cordina, someone like that at lightweight, and that'd be a great fight.
I think Cordini would smash him all over the ring.
I really don't rate him that well. He's a tough kid, but he's too, when you're losing rounds, you got to bite down on the gum shield and start swinging. You can't just carry on doing what you're doing. You need to adapt and change, and he hasn't got a plan B and C. He just carries on doing the same thing. Like, I think after the Catterall fight, he was like, yeah, I think I won that. It's like, how did you think you won that? Like, I don't know. I just don't rate him at all. And I think, he needs to just have a whole revamp, change something, and get a fire up his ass. And maybe moving down in weight will be good because Conor Benn's never going to fight him.
No. But I feel for him in some ways. He's never had a promotional push, has it? He's never been the A side, really, has it? In a big stable.
No. Well, you say that, Cole, but he's been pushed out at the Amex half time a couple of times, 30,000 sellouts, and been wheeled out at half time. He's been front and centre at the cricket here. He's been front and centre of all our newspapers, so he has.
So why is he not catching the public's imagination then, John? There's a disconnect, isn't there?
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is his personality. He's not a big talker. I mean, I don't watch it much these days, but sort of back in WWE, you have Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. He always needs someone like to speak with him, so he can attract.
Oh, we're not saying Sam Jones, are we, sure? We're not going down the Sam Jones route, are we? Please.
To be fair, he would be perfect for him. Someone that could be his mouthpiece, because that's where he struggles.
That's what he does with Catchwell, isn't it? Let's have it right.
Yeah.
But even if you're not the A side, when you get the chance, you've got to seize your opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, if you lose and you go out on your shield and you have a go, people respect that and want to see you fight again. You carry on just like going to sparring mode and just go to the end of the fight. No one cares. They forgot about you after the fight on the way home. Like he doesn't. Yeah. I know it's his personality as well. He's very. He can't really sell a fight, and then it's his attitude in the ring.
Vanilla, isn't he?
Yeah, and if you're losing or if you're winning, close the show, knock the guy out, do something. Like give the fans some entertainment in the ring. If you're going to be boring out of it.
Well, he did against Tyrone McKenna. I was there, but then after that, he just never really had any momentum, and the Sauerlands never brought him back for I think it was about 9 months. But I think, ironically, with Adam Macker, who's again Brighton-based, he's a local boy, he's going to be the next big prospect out of here. So I think him headlining, say, a Matchroom Next Gen show here, where he would sell out because he's far more popular than Harlem already, I think that would benefit Harlem going forwards to potentially headline himself and be where he should be now. I know it doesn't make much sense, but I think that's the way forward.
I think Ireland's running out of time, though, isn't he? He's running out of time.
He's only sort of, I think he's 32, so he's got age on his side, but it's just, as you guys have said, he's not been given the boost that he should have been given what his name is. And I think
at the lighter weight, so Sean, sometimes father time can come very quickly, can't it, and very early. You know, them lighter weight.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a prediction then. Obviously, the well-known David Pat-Pot. Sean, how do you see it going?
I think Harlem will win inside 4.
What about you, Chris?
Boring, unanimous decision.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a boring point decision as well, which is going to do no favours whatsoever. Okay, that brings this Harlem Eubank video to an end. So this has been Last World Boxing, proud sponsored by Shaw Building Service and ST Travel. We will see you on the next video. Chris, thanks for joining late, better late than never and all that lot. We'll see you on the next video. Cheers.